Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes to the non-gender conforming individuals because this channel is about inclusion. It is your man, Badan, aka your homie CT, and we have claustrophobia causing caving part 2. A reaction to the most dangerous cave in the world, Modell's Cave by Magnus McTobo. Let's get into it.
This might be the most dangerous video I've ever attempted.
Oh my god.
I don't understand the whole besides chasing danger, I can't understand what would make you do this. You have to be like a super adrenaline junkie.
Wildly regarded as one of the most dangerous caves in the world, Mossdale is responsible for the worst recorded caving incident in history.
Oh, what's that?
In 1967, 10 young men prepared to venture down into the cave.
One of them got my name, Mr. Vickers. Look though, I've been really into caving. Like I watch videos on caving and cave incidents, so maybe I might have heard about this one. We'll see.
Located in the Yorkshire Dales, England, as it was thought to potentially have kilometers of undiscovered, unexplored passages. Mossdale was already known for being extremely dangerous because of unstable rock, ceiling collapses, sections that were almost impossible to navigate in, but most importantly, flooding. The cave was extremely prone to flash floods. This is what
flooding make it go from caving to underwater diving, cave diving. And cave diving and caving is two different things.
The entrance looked like normally.
Cave diving is a whole certification.
When this happens, any caver inside has a very limited time.
Basically, scuba diving in the cave underneath water.
And them dudes is looking good with clear sky. They decided to enter. After several hours, no one knows why, but 4 of the men decided to turn back around.
The cave divers are brave, is what I was saying.
While the remaining 6 continued deeper. Not long after the 4 returned to the surface, they made a horrifying discovery. The weather had suddenly started to turn as a thunderstorm started to rain down. The cave began to flood rapidly. They desperately tried to go back and warn the others, but already the entrance had filled with water. There was no way. All they could do was call for help. What followed was one of the largest cave rescue attempts the world has ever seen. Hundreds of people dug trenches, tried to divert the floodwater, and worked around the clock to get the water level down while the 6 young men remained trapped inside. It took 4 days for the water levels to finally go down and be deemed safe to enter. A team of rescuers entered the cave hoping to find them alive, hiding in one of the high-ceiling caverns.
For 4 days.
But sadly, it was too late, as they discovered the lifeless bodies of all 6 men.
Yeah,
it's
4 days is a long
under
time.
An hour, the whole cave had completely filled with water, and sadly, all 6 young men had drowned. Over the next few days, rescuers attempted to return the bodies of the men to the surface. But it was deemed too dangerous, so they were forced to leave them inside the cave, where they still remain to this day. Because of this tragedy, the cave was then permanently sealed with concrete and would remain that way for many years. That was until a few years ago, when after talks with the families of the victims, access to Mossdale was granted once again. Despite the cave being reopened, however, it's thought only a few people have been willing to go down inside because of the extreme danger it presents. And also many believe that the cave is haunted, with some claiming to have heard voices echoing in the tunnels. All of this making it too risky for even the most hardcore
Are you by yourself?
So when a caver who was one of only 2 people to have captured footage down there reached out to me wanting to take me down, I didn't exactly jump at the opportunity. But with extensive planning, preparation, and a lot of consideration, me and my cameraman Sam finally decided to go down there.
What is that rumbling sound?
So is the entrance there?
No, well, it used to be. It used to be
It
the
used to be.
entrance. Yeah, it's collapsed. So the new way in's around the corner.
So there were an accident here a few decades ago. Some of the bodies were never recovered because it's so hard to get to the place they were.
Yeah, and it was just wasn't worth everybody else's lives trying to pull them out.
Yeah. The fact that there's still bodies down there is a very scary. It is also a reminder of how dangerous this is. This is by far the most dangerous cave we've ever
Why go? Why risk it?
been to.
Yeah,
Is the
if
biscuit
it was
that
a
worth it?
thunderstorm, I'd be really worried. You really have to be very careful with this cave, especially this time of year in the summer, because the weather tends to have more thunderstorms.
There are some clouds.
Hey, he look like Neville
today,
Weasel
but
or something like
the weather
that.
forecast, it's not supposed to rain.
Neville Weasley? Neville, not Weasley. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Neville from Harry Potter.
And this is the memorial of the people that were that passed away. And this cave was closed for decades, right? After
It
that
was.
accident. I read somewhere that more people have been to outer space than down this cave. Do you think that's true?
Probably, yeah. I mean, if you look online, there's not much footage except from mine and Simon Beck's.
Yeah.
So, and I've only took a few people.
I
down
can't
here
talk because I got a
so,
big ass gap,
yeah,
but
it
those
doesn't
some
get
big
frequented
gums.
much. I mean, look, it's quite overgrown around here. You can tell people don't go in there very often.
I can't talk though.
So this is the most scared I've been for a video, I think, ever. Having to rely completely on the weather forecast. If the weather forecast is wrong, then this place is going to flood. We're trusting that weather forecast with our lives. Our aim for this trip was to reach forward.
'Cause if it rains, they
one of the
cook.
deepest sections of the cave that few people had ever explored. It would take around 7 hours, and it seemed like a logical place to aim for, as it was where the potential for new passages began. But already I was beginning to see how dangerous this cave was.
Right. This is the bit where I always get slightly confused. Way on. See, down there or down there. I think it's because the boulders moved at one. Yeah, that one's right. That's it.
The boulders moved?
This shit look like a hell no.
Yeah, a while back. I think since the first time it's changed slightly.
This section of the cave was made up of tons of huge loose boulders. Dislodging one and being crushed was a real danger. This is why the entrance of the cave
Why risk it? I don't understand. The adrenaline can't be that worth it.
had changed so many times over the years. I had to be careful not only to not get stuck, but also to make sure I didn't touch anything that could cause a collapse.
Oh, dude. This is so tight already. Careful where you put your legs, don't kick anything on that side. Okay. A little loose on that side.
Don't knock anything out of place.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh, okay. It's getting tighter. And you gotta get out too. I can see why the body's still in there. How you gonna get the bodies out?
For sure.
Those 6 people that died, rest in peace to them. But how would you get the bodies out?
So how long would it take for this to, if it started pouring down now, how long would it take for the rain to reach us, or the?
Probably an hour.
Only an hour before this would be flooded.
Yeah, because it's really dry outside.
Get out. Yeah. Having that in the back of your mind that it could flood, that is what makes it so freaking terrifying. I'm not afraid of being stuck in a cave as long as it's dry.
Yeah.
But the wetness, it just freaks me out.
I'm afraid of being stuck in the cave, dry or wet. Call me pussy if you want. Shit. I'm not doing this. This right here is a hell no. I don't even want to go into a crawl space in my house. Think about that. Like, I don't want to go underneath the crawl space to my crib. Because it might be spiders and snakes in that joint. I don't know what the fuck is in this cave.
One where they just like completely panicked.
I've had to drag somebody out who was crying once. I've seen your videos, Magnus, and you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm usually a very calm guy, but we'll see later on when we get to the water.
And there's water in this cave?
My leg is stuck.
What?
Or the backpack is stuck. Could you wiggle it out a bit?
The fuck?
Thank you. After 30 minutes of extremely tight and delicate squeezes, we finally
This cave
made it
is
to
long
the
as
first
hell.
place we could stand up. The boiler room. But even here, you couldn't feel safe.
Right, so here, you'd be all right in most of the time, but you can tell in the most extreme weather events, you're not, because this is a bit of grass. So that tells you that the water's gone on all the way up to here, enough to stick the bit of grass to the roof. So even in this big chamber, you're not safe in the worst of the floods.
It's a scary thought being in here, and then it started filling up with water. That's so like.
And he not by himself. He brought a cameraman with him.
Yeah, I know. I feel sorry for the 6 people who it did happen to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would have felt like.
But what is worrying though is that this is the UK.
Y'all thought DDG cameraman was going through it. Think about this cameraman. Y'all thought DDG cameraman at Streamer University couldn't keep up. What you think this cameraman going through? What you think he getting paid?
The weather forecast a little bit more.
And he probably doing it for the love for the whole time. He probably one of them cavers.
If it was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be a
It's very
caver
fickle
if you
weather.
want to go with him.
That's why you have to keep checking it again and again. You see a couple of days ago, oh, it's fine, and then suddenly it's rain forecast.
Yeah. What I found interesting when we read the story about the people who passed away.
Better
in this cave is that
quadruple
was a
check that
group of, I
forecast.
think it was 10 or 12.
Check
But
all the
after
clouds in
group
the area.
decided to turn around because they didn't feel something was off.
Yeah.
And that instinct, it's weird how maybe that is something to listen to. Okay, so now it gets wet.
Yeah, even the sound of the footsteps is enough.
Oh God, dude, what the hell? This is already freaking snow, man. Seriously? Are we going? This is drier than normal.
Yeah.
No.
Drier than normal, and it's up to their chest. See, the last cave video we watched 4 years ago, it was not this wet. It was tight though. Pause.
Insane, man. Alex had explained to us that the 6 men who passed in the cave all those years ago were buried in a certain secret chamber known as the Sanctuary, deep within the cave. We all agreed to avoid that part for obvious reasons. However, even after all...
Hold on, where's the sanctuary at on the map? I don't see it. I don't see the sanctuary on the map. Maybe it's down in the corner that's not on the map that we can't see.
For obvious reasons. However, even after all these years, traces of their presence could still be found.
During the marathon series, a few years ago when I went to Stream End Cave, I found what's left of an Oldham light, and there's only one place that could have come from.
Okay.
And it was just hung on the wall. It was quite spooky, really.
So that's from the people that died then?
Yeah, I can't think where else that would have come from.
Yeah.
It's downstream of where they died, so it would have been washed out at some point.
It's like the atmosphere in here. Just like knowing that something so tragic happened in this cave also makes it so much more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that there's grading also in caving, right?
Yeah, it's a simple system. It goes from 1 to 5, 1 being the very easiest, 5 being the hardest.
Right, and what is this cave?
This is grade 5.
6.
At the very end of the cave where we're going, well, not the very end, but near the end of the cave, it's called False Four Ways.
And how many people do you reckon have been there?
50 have gone in the cave, I'd estimate, and probably 20 there, if that.
I guess you could argue that out of the 20 who's been there, 6 of them died, right?
Yeah, they would have been there, yeah.
So the death rate technically is pretty high in this cave.
I guess if you look at a ratio, yeah, they
Yeah.
thought of it that way.
Right. That's basically like 30% of the people who've been there have passed.
Why go?
Oh my god.
Is the views and content worth
the hell?
that much
No way.
risk?
Oh my god, dude, no f***ing way.
Stay calm and move slowly.
Oh my f***ing god. Oh my freaking god. If it starts raining, we're not going to be able to get back from here.
No, this is the choke point.
Is there an alternative exit if we...
No, we're just
No.
Jesus Christ.
What happened to the cameraman?
It's where it gets deepest, probably up to your neck. But the water's been that bad, I've actually had to hold my breath until
Oh, man.
under for a very short distance.
But it is going to get worse after that again.
Eventually, yeah, when we get to the end of knee record, that's the wettest bit.
While it was sketchy being this far into Mossdale, I could start to see how intriguing it was. The fact that so much of this cave
I don't want to
had
go.
unexplored potential, and that we were entering passages that potentially no one had ever explored. As intimidating as Mossdale was, not knowing what secrets this cave could hold kept pulling me deeper.
Cave hunters just don't make sense. There's way more things in life to see on the surface.
But you say that if it rains a lot, then even this place will be flooded completely.
Yeah, we're still below the entrance, so eventually the cave fills up,
Yeah,
and therefore the water eventually gets back to here and completely fills it up.
yeah.
This place is an enigma, though. There's a lot more to find in this cave.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to look, but the resurgence is many kilometers away.
We also, at the climbing shop, when we got this gear, they said there's a rumor that there's a guy down here who's like digging out new tunnels.
Yeah.
Some guy, weird guy. It's not you, right?
No, I wouldn't call him weird to his face.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not done it for a bit. He was down here 80 odd times now, and yeah, he's been dragging scaffolding bars through here to shore up his dig. So he does it all on his own. He doesn't want any help. He just wants to do it all on his own.
Man, some people just have time on their hands to do things that you never would have fathomed.
No, never. Or actually, I'd like to think I would, but I know from just other caves that it's so much harder than you think. I think that I kind of remember where we went, but I probably didn't.
Have we lost
Don't.
that?
No, I think it's you. Right there. Sam?
There's several ways you can turn back there.
Yeah, what happened to the cameraman?
Sam? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see him there. Excellent.
Gotta make sure the cameraman don't die, right?
Up to the roof, so this is completely flooded. Now I really started to feel scared. Being this far underground was extremely dangerous, and the infamous knee record crawl lay just ahead, known as the worst part of Mossdale. Over half a kilometer long, it was an extremely tight passage that once you entered there was no way of turning around, with the ending having the tightest underwater squeeze in the whole cave.
They've been in the cave for 3 hours.
Oh, this is narrow.
So it's gonna take them at least 3 hours to get back out this cave. But they still going deeper. Fuck no.
So if it starts raining outside right now, we're dead, basically.
In this bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's this whole thing fills up with water.
He keep bringing that part up.
Yeah.
If it rain right now, if it
it's
rain
only a
right
matter
now,
of
I'd be like, bro,
1
shut the fuck
hour
up about this
of
rain.
pouring rain, and this is gonna flood. That is insane to me that you're willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I mean, so you. You're here with me.
Yeah, you taking the risk as well,
that's a
man.
very good point.
You and Sam.
What is that rumbling sound?
Just me.
Is it just you?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's terrifying. Felt like I heard it like a deep bass rumble sound. I guess that's like the last thing you hear in a cave like this. Yeah, I'm trying not to think about that. This passage seemed to go on forever. We had been crawling now for half an hour and still weren't even halfway. This was by far the most claustrophobic and scared I'd ever felt in a cave. Dragging your body through hundreds of meters of rough rock and water was exhausting. And
then the first person to go through, like, you really have to have such balls, ovaries of steel, either or, because there might not be a turnaround. Like, there's the first people to do this was so confident that they could turn around. He said they were crawling for half an hour and they still weren't halfway there. Right? So who was the first people to chart this out? What was they doing? They was just going to go until they couldn't go no more and crawl backwards? Come on now. Come on now. Crawling backwards through this? Terrible time.
in this tight passage with nowhere to turn around, rainfall now would mean almost certain death. And I still had the hardest bit to come.
No, Duff, Magnus, how you doing?
I'm doing good, but my knees hurt a lot. And this is sort of scary to be in such a long, narrow tunnel like this.
Yeah.
You feel so trapped.
You can tell me to turn around if you want. That's always up to you.
Turn around.
If you want. There's a bit. We're about halfway down it. How you doing, Sam?
Good.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
it's the worst thing I've ever done. It's like every part of my body just hurts.
I know, me too.
Amazingly, found this moth which is alive and it's got flying through my helmet. It's amazing that I can get in this spot.
Yeah.
Seems almost like a bad omen.
Yeah.
Why?
That moth's like to do with the devil or something, right?
Oh, no, get off my hand, otherwise you'll drown. Get off my hand.
I could feel the fatigue now as the crawl seemed never ending and went on.
And you still
on.
gotta go
But
back.
just as I thought this was the hardest caving I'd ever done, things were about to get even worse. Oh, dude, man. This is... No, man.
Yeah, this cave is a level 10. They're 4 hours in. You don't regret it. You wanted this content. Cause you would never went if you would have. If you knew you was gonna regret it, you never would have went. And you should have known you was gonna regret this.
Alex? I am there. Oh my god, dude.
The first people that went through this and made it to the map and started charting this cave, brave folks. Hell no. I'm freaking out and I'm not even in the cave. Like I want to get out the cave. And I'm in my home, in my desk. And I want out. Get the fuck out this cave.
Okay. This is, I mean, this is the goal. This is, we made it. It's hard, like when you watch a video like this, you can't, it's hard to like describe how far this is really. Like we're very deep now, a few kilometers in. But yeah, no, I think we should try to rush out before, not spend too much time here in case it starts raining.
I agree. I mean,
And,
longer near to more danger.
Even though the original plan was to explore a little further, we decided we had had enough and wanted to get out. And although Alex reassured me everything was okay as we made our way back, to me it felt like the sound of the water was getting louder and louder, and the water levels were rising. I wasn't sure if it was real or just a cave playing tricks on me. Not wanting to find out, we started to move as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Shit's just so scary. He didn't even do a selfie. He didn't even do a selfie angle. He's doing all straight ahead POV. Getting the fuck out that jump. Alright, here go a selfie angle right here.
Oh, I can see light. Thank you, Thor, for no thunder.
Quite nice
Oh my gosh, that's the most claustrophobic cave.
Claustrophobic causing caving. All right, that was Claustrophobia causing caving part 2. If you didn't see that first video from 4 years ago, you should go check it out. I actually did some good editing on that video. I went back and watched it. It was pretty good video. So no, I appreciate you rocking with me. It's been your man, Smiley Badon, aka your homie CT. Until the next one. Peace.